welcome back. It is Extra Butter, and this is really exciting. We are deep into award season. What I love about this is that we have some good news off the top with nominees for Oscars. I had prepared you for a letdown because I know how much you wanted Bohemian Rhapsody to get nominated for Best Picture, and I said, I don't think it's going to. Well, it did!
It did! I knew it! I knew it. I had faith.
Because you gotta have faith. Isn't that a no?
No,
Right.
that's not a
Nothing to do with Queen.
Not at all.
Puts us in the 80s.
Wait, Under Pressure.
That's the one.
Yeah,
There
That's
you
the
go.
one I meant. Mark felt under pressure. That's what I meant, people.
The filmmakers could be saying, we are the champions.
Yes.
Right.
We are the champions. And when you keep messing up, we can keep saying another one bites the dust. See, it's all relative.
Keep that locked and loaded.
Yes.
All right, so you spent some quality time with Rami Malek
I sure
early
did.
on in the campaign.
I sure did.
Truth be told, she was so excited about her time with Rami Malek, she posted something that the studio had her take down because
That's
it was
true.
a little too
Can we
over the
share
top
it on here?
enthusiastic. No, put it on your social. Not on
I
mine.
just want to say I stand by her comment, and I would have said the same thing, and
That's damn
I
true.
applaud you.
All right, you held your own on the carpet. By that I mean you asked very good questions and were focused. Take a look.
I think one of the things I took away from just watching the trailer is your vulnerability, your complete vulnerability doing this role. How was it? Was this your most vulnerable role yet?
You know, I wanted to capture a side of him that people don't really see, and he is a very complicated, conflicted man. I think when you find out about his story and just the events of his childhood would they let you in on a very vulnerable side of him, a very shy side, and all the things he had to overcome are some things that I wanted to make sure we included into the film.
Nice work there on the carpet. Very awesome.
So now what?
Bringing it back to Oscar nominations, we all thought Melissa McCarthy deserved one. I didn't think she was going to get one.
I know.
But she did.
Okay, all you have to do is watch, like I said, the first 10 minutes of this movie, her portraying Lee Israel, and you just forget that's Melissa McCarthy 100%. It's just so unlike anything she's ever done. It's a drama, still funny, but she plays a very kind of an lady.
What'd you guys talk about?
We talked about her road to the Oscars and some of her first jobs she had.
I'm hooked. I actually want to go buy the book and I want to know more.
That's like the greatest thing I could hear. That's, I think, one of the more exciting things is that so many people seeing this will know Lee, know her story, and like the thought of people going out and getting her books. I know that would mean a lot to her.
I love that she needed the money. She created a job for herself. Like a little bit of criminal activity, a lot of it, but she got through it. So what was the craziest or just, quite frankly, worst job you've ever had?
Worst job, I would have to say, goes to either I shucked oysters.
Shucked oysters?
Yeah, without gloves or an oyster shucking knife. Somebody just handed me like a random paring knife. And by the end of the day, I was like, I'm going to go to the hospital because my hands were just like a mess. He's like, are you coming back tomorrow? And I was like, no, I'm literally going to the hospital. Like, I've damaged myself. And
this is a problem.
Like, truly, I literally was like, see you in the emergency room. That, and I also tried to sell photo packages for like a company of like, do you need a family photo pack? And you had to read like a 2-page thing. I was like, can I just shorten it to see if people are, they're like, read it exactly. And it was 6 or 8 of us in a hotel room sitting on a bed with a phone on our lap.
Oh, you'd call them?
Yeah, cold call, and we were just handed a phone book.
And you just
we each got a letter. It was not great, and I did not sell one package.
It's okay. You had good experience with the oysters, and now you're here, right? So.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Since the moment she's been a household name, Melissa McCarthy has always seemed grateful and gracious.
Oh, yeah.
And you know when you start out as a telemarketer, anything else is going to make you
And
happy.
shucking oysters?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the losers. Bradley Cooper, I'm so sorry about your directorial snub. What happened there?
That movie was directed perfectly, too.
Yeah, made beautifully. I'm kind of sad that it got snubbed, but at the very least, you guys, it got like 7 nominations, something like that. I mean, he still should be very proud of this film.
You got the actor nod.
Yeah.
Gaga got the nod.
Yeah, he got everyone to be a part of this movie, right? Dave Chappelle, Lady Gaga,
No
he
kidding.
got the whole team together. So he said, you know what, even if we don't get nominated, I'll be kind of disappointed, but hello, you got nominated in every which way.
Yeah.
Right.
He did it personally, but guess what? It's his project, it's his passion, it's his baby.
Yeah.
So therefore, he should be really excited.
At this very moment, I bet you anything, he's calling Gaga right now just to congratulate her, because that's how gracious and humble he is.
You know who got snubbed in that movie? Linnell. Didn't even get submitted for nominations.
Or Dave Chappelle. That's
Right?
Hold on. Dave Chappelle's legit. He should have been, but Linnell was in it for about that long.
That's true.
Right? You know what I'm talking? Are you right? I had no idea we had Linnell lover right there. I had no idea we had so many Linnell lovers. All right, so back to Dave Chappelle. He probably could have been nominated for Best Supporting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he only had 3 lines in that movie, but those 3 lines were delivered perfectly.
You remember his character. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it's such a memorable character. And he was tailor-made for this role. Bradley didn't want anybody else, and he didn't even have to have any information on it, right, Kelly? You told me?
Yeah, he just called up Dave Chappelle and said, I want you to be part of this. And Dave Chappelle said, okay. All right. He said, you want me to send you the script? No, I'll be in it. Just like that. That's how powerful Bradley Cooper is.
I congratulated him in advance. Thank goodness, not specifically for director, but for the award nominations. Take a look.
Hey, pal, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
I guess you've done your job if a middle-aged, jaded guy like me is weeping openly, not only at the movie, but just when you walk in. You wrapped yourself around this character so much that it's hard for me not to be sad for the journey he went.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. Yeah, he's a very endearing character. You know, he's this sort of, he's stuck at 13.
Right.
You know, he had the traumatic thing happen to him when his father passed. And,
Sure.
And then all of a sudden he has this voice and the world's telling him he's this great artist. And now we meet him, he's 43 years old, and he's never cultivated the rest of his world.
Right.
But he's still that little boy, you know, in this sort of older guy's rock star body.
So in talking to directors, Scorsese and a handful of others, all, and I know to a certain extent they're being self-deprecating, but they say all the work is getting casting. Well, with that said, how'd you feel the day that you landed Lady Gaga?
That was the day where the movie was born, really. You know, I'd done all sort of a lot of groundwork to create, you know, a landscape, but if it couldn't be inhabited by her, there is no movie.
Right.
But, you know, they're right, these directors, because without Sam Elliott, I'd have to rewrite that whole relationship with the brother. If Dave Chappelle didn't come in, if Andrew Dice Clay didn't come, if Anthony Ramos, you know, even smaller characters.
Linnell.
I was just going to say, dude, Linnell, you just took it out of my mouth. Linnell, Eddie Griffith Jr.
Right. These people show up.
Ron Rifkin, who plays the rehab specialist.
Every one of them elevate the scenes they're in, and that speaks to the director, I think, too.
Oh, well, thank you.
We have a mutual friend, Joe Carnahan. I said that I was talking to you. He said he texted you, but evidently he doesn't have your current number.
No.
But he told me to tell you, I said, did you know he had it in him? He said, I always knew that Bradley Cooper, if he set his mind to it, would be a great director, and said Charlie would be proud. Indeed.
Maybe it's time with you.
I'm on the deep end.
Look, we just did a little medley there.
Okay.
Yeah, also nominated for Best Song.
Shallow. Oh, that's such a powerful song.
That's my ringtone.
Do you guys?
It's not.
I bet you it is. Isn't that
Call my
crazy?
phone and see if my phone don't ring shallow.
Right.
When you hear
Hurry up, let me
the
change
song
it.
"Shallow" on the radio and you look and it says Bradley Cooper and Lady
Yeah.
Gaga,
I know.
that's
Isn't that
just
crazy?
that's why this movie's so cool. Is because they're both from different worlds, and it's the same within
True.
the movie.
Yep.
Actor, pop star, and they just mix and it's amazing.
Yep.
Want to speak cool for a multitude of reasons. Black Panther, Best
Oh,
Picture
yeah.
nominee. 1, very cool that a comic book movie
Also-
finally gets its props. And 2, culturally, what this means is phenomenal. Am I right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
are finally getting our respect.
King T'Challa jumping into action.
Yes.
For more on this, you know her, you love her. She's one of my favorite entertainment correspondents from New York City. Damaris Diaz, everybody.
Hi.
Damaris, talk about.
It's super cold. You guys should come pay us a visit.
You keep your New York City below freezing temperatures for a moment and tell us why Black Panther is so hot.
Well, Black Panther, I mean, everyone went to see it, right? I went to see it twice because my son was such a fan, and I'm so excited to see that it's nominated Best Picture. I cannot wait for the night of the events. I'm going to be home celebrating in my couch, nice and warm with everyone, and I'm just so happy that they got nominated.
Damaris, what was your favorite part of this movie? What was your favorite scene in this movie?
Well, my favorite scene undoubtedly is the fight scene when he kills Killmonger. I just was like feeling really victorious in the theater, made me want to kick some butt.
Okay.
Look at that kid.
Respect.
Now, what was the moment in the movie where you said, this movie is going to be nominated for an Oscar? It's way more than a comic book film.
Well, you know that one line where he says, "You can bury me at the bottom of the ocean."
Yeah.
I thought that was so symbolic, and I knew that it touched my heart and everybody else that went to see this film, and that really was like a pivotal point in the film.
Yep.
Amen.
It's what set it apart.
Yeah, that makes it, I mean, it's important on so many levels. So, I'm so glad to see it acknowledged this way. Hey, Damaris, where can we find you and continue the conversation with you online?
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Damaris Diaz TV.
Hey, Damaris Diaz, thanks for facing the bitter cold for us, Damaris! So, Black Panther, very strong contender. If there's a movie that might best it, it's probably going to be Roma, just based on the particular speed it's picked up. What does this mean for the Latin culture?
It means so much. This is a movie that's going to be taken seriously. It's a beautiful movie, and just the fact that we have a spot in the Oscars and we're getting recognized. We got recognized last year with Coco, and now Roma. This is amazing.
I know the English subtitles probably irritated you, though. Why all those words on the screen that I don't
Take those out. I don't need those.
All right, great performances in that movie. I can't wait to see the way it all shakes out.